Hello everyone, my name is Harsh and a very warm welcome to all of you in this AI Assistant app in Flutter. And in this video, I am going to introduce you to Hive in Flutter. If you don't know what is Hive, then just to give you a brief overview, Hive is a lightning fast key value pair database for our Flutter application. Now you might have used shared preferences or you might have used some SQL databases, but Hive is comparatively much faster compared to those. Okay, so we are going to use Hive in our application. Now the question comes, why we require Hive? The reason is, if you remember, in our application, in the last video we created an onboarding screen, and when we click on finish and if I just restart the application, you may observe that onboarding screens are again showing. Okay, we have already completed them, so we don't want this screen to show again and again. It should be only shown for first time. So to keep track of it, we are going to use Hive in our application. So you can just simply search Hive Flutter, and after that if you just click on this first package, you will see this one. So it is updated 16 months ago and the version is 2.2.3. If you click on this one now, 4.0, so you will move to this page. So actually I am going to use this latest version. The reason is, you might watch this video in future. In that case, this will be the latest case. Okay, so I am going to cover this one. So to use this, if you move just below, you will see some amazing facts and stuff here. We need to import three different dependencies here. One is Hive, another is ISAR Flutterlib. It is used for encryption purpose, and next one is path provider. So actually we are going to use path provider in our future sections too. So it's okay, we can import all of these three dependencies. So simply move to our VS Code. So for Hive database and for accessing storage path, so I will just click on this download icon right here and I will terminate my application, because to import new packages we have to terminate it. And now if you move to the documentation, you will see to initialize Hive you have to mention a directory path here, okay, like this inside your main. So we can just copy this code snippet from here. Actually you can also copy this unsure initialized, but since we have already done this, we can ignore this for now. So we have already written this line of code here, so I will just paste this one here. And now the thing is, rather than writing it in two lines, what I will do is I will cut it out and simply I will use two parentheses, and inside this I will paste this one and I can just remove this. Now we need to import Hive, and actually it is showing me some error in my output. There is no such package as Hive version 4.0.0, and this version is available currently. So what we can do is, rather than copying this snippet, what I will do is I will copy this one from here and I will move to my pubspec.yml and I will replace with this one. Okay, and now if I just press Ctrl save, then and now you can see all the dependencies are properly done. Now I can just control dot on it, and now it is showing me to import Hive, as well as we need to import this path provider. So now what this line does, actually it is trying to get the default directory of our application to store the data for Hive. So Hive will create some files to store. Okay, so we are mentioning the directory for that. If you want, you can use a different directory like get temporary directory, but the issue with temporary directory is it can get cleared anytime. Okay, if user clear the cache or anything. So we want a more reliable way, so that is get application document directory. So simply I have written a comment here. Now the next thing is, we want to use the Hive. So Hive works on the concept of boxes. Like in Hive, everything is a box and you can store any data in a box. Okay, and you can create as many as boxes you want. Now we will create a box for our application and we will store our required data in that box, and we will also access it. Now actually when I work with Hive, I create a separate file to do all these operations. So simply here inside helper, I have created a file called as pref.dart. Okay, so preferences of the application, and I have simply created a class named Pref. Now we will use Hive here. So simply static, because it can be accessible from anywhere, and I will writing here simply void, and I will writing initialize. Okay, and inside this function what I will do is, actually rather than writing it here, if we wish we can just cut it from here and we can paste inside this pref function. and we need to import Hive here. So simply Hive as well as this path provider, and as well as we need to add a async keyword to this function. And once done, what we can do is we can use something called as hive.box. Okay, so this will open a box for us. We can provide a name to the box. If we don't provide, it will use the default name. And as you can see, the maximum size in MBs it can store is 5, and it uses some encryption. If you want, you can provide an encryption key. And now we are using the default box. Okay, so now the next thing is what I will create is I will create a static object here. So static box, and simply it will be box, and inside this box what I will do is I will write a keyword called as late, and now I will initialize the box here. So box is equals to hive.box, and as I said, if you want to give any specific name to the box, we can also give like my data in this case. Okay, so this will initialize the box for us. Now what we can do is we can access the box, but before that I will just simply call that here. So pref dot, and actually we need to import the pref first, then initialize. Okay, so this will initialize Hive for us. Now we can remove all the unnecessary imports from here. Now we can just move to pref, and we can access this box to store some data. Now I want to store a boolean. Actually what I want is my logic is quite simple. If user enters first time, we want to show the onboarding screen, and if user reaches the home screen, we never want to show the onboarding screen. Okay, so we can achieve it by using a boolean called as, let's say, show onboarding. So what I will do is I will create a getter and setter method to store the boolean value. So static and bool, because we want to return a boolean value, and in getter we have to write get keyword, and we can give a name to it like show onboarding, and simply then we can use arrow operator like this what we have to return. And you can use simply this box instance, and you can use the keyword called as get here, and a key. So what I prefer as a key is just the name of this variable, okay, because it's easier to recognize. And after that simply we can pass something called as default value. If this fails, okay, what will be the default value? So default value will be true, because in the first time when we will access this, there will be no value inside this show onboarding variable. So the default value provided will be true, which means show the onboarding. And similarly I want to create a setter function, so we have to use set keyword and same name that we have given to this one. And after that we can accept a bool inside this. Okay, so simply v means value, nothing great. And we can again use this box dot put. Okay, and we can use the same key, we have to actually use the same key, and here simply that value, and that's it. Okay, now what this getter and setter will do for us, this getter will get the value for us, and this setter will set the value for us. And if you don't like this syntax, you can use the normal way, in which you will create a function and you will return the value. And actually we have to call it like this. If we create a function in getter and setter, we can directly use it like a variable. Okay, and similarly you can create a function for setter and you have to pass it like this. Actually I prefer this. And one more thing, if you don't even like this way, Hive has something beautiful for you. So if you just move below, you will see some fancy ways to call the function, so you can use this way. Or if you like a smaller version, you can also prefer using this way. Okay, rather than calling this get and this default value, we can use operators like this. So if you wish, and like this. Okay, so it will look a bit more nicer version, but for now I will keep it simple. Okay, because we have to understand things like default value and stuff. And now we have to just access it. So inside this splash screen, what I will do is I will access the instance of pref here. Okay, so pref, and we need to import pref, and if show onboarding is true, then move to show onboarding. And if it's not true, in that case we want to move to home screen. Okay, nothing super complex, and simply import home screen const keyword here. Now simply move to this home screen, and inside this init state, what I will do is I will reset the value of pref. Okay, so pref dot show onboarding. So since if we move to home screen, the user have already seen the onboarding, so what we can do is we can set the value to false, which means no more onboardings. Okay, and that's it. Now simply run the application, and now as you can see it is throwing me an error that minimum SDK version 23 is required to use these versions of Hive. Okay, so what we can do is we can just move to Android. Inside this build.gradle, I think this app one, inside this build.gradle, we can just move below a little bit, and instead of this 21 that I have declared, I have to change it to 23 and simply press Ctrl save, and now rerun the application. So the application is up and running, and as we can see we are seeing the onboardings. Now if I just go next and click on finish, now I have reached the home screen, which means this code will be executed. Now if I just restart the application, splash screen is showing and we directly move to the home screen. No intermediary onboardings, which means our Hive is working perfectly fine. Okay, so that's it for this video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.